Hi everyone. Hope you can hear me. We have to start by saying that. Brilliant. Okay. So, excuse my as ever, internet is not as we would wish it today, but hopefully it will be fine. So here we are at another shift in the energy, another shift in what this or where the situation is taking us. And what I want to do today is to really consolidate everything that we've done together. We're going to hold the group energy and put forward the intention that that's just going to continue. And more to the point, we're going to be bringing in something to really consolidate your resilience, strength, and the focus and the intention, everything we've been doing really, so that moving forwards, you can now hold that energy and hold that positivity no matter what comes up, because we're all going to have to adapt, do things in different ways, deal with new things. It's going to be another kind of challenge. So what I want to do is to really set us up for that to be as easy, as positive, as graceful as possible. And of course, I wouldn't want to disappoint you by not having any bottles. So I have two for you today. So we have these two. I'm not sure if you can see, but they both have glitter in them. Absolutely beautiful. So all the bottles I've shown you so far, can't get this one to show the glitter, but it is there. All the ones I've shown you so far are very much sort of real world stuff. But these two are kind of deeper, right? So these are looking at sort of deep subconscious programming and higher wisdom, all this kind of stuff. And the reason I brought these out today, I thought, well, we need to have something that's going to, raise our perspective, put us in this really positive, enlightened, if you like, way of dealing with what's coming next. Because all of the old patterns and programs and things that have been holding back so many people, women particularly, for millennia, these have absolutely been not completely gone, but it's been totally sort of shaken up. Those energies have been shaken up and they are so much weaker than they were. So everything is now ready for a new foundation to be created in the world, in society, and in our lives. And what we don't want is to simply recreate the old. That would be like such a waste. And so we certainly don't want to do that, which is why we need to go forwards with a real conscious awareness of what we can do, of the power we have just as human beings, with our power intention, with our heart energy, all the things that we've been using every week, that we can do that to create new programs in society, in the group consciousness, and so change what the world is like. I mean, there has never been a more perfect time to do that. So these are more enlightened, these are a deeper understanding. And we have the two versions. So they look slightly different colours, but they started off the same colour. So what we have is this one is all about the deep programming in the subconscious, not just our personal subconscious, but also in the group consciousness, in society, in the world, all of that stuff. And it's by bringing all of that to the surface and allowing it to dissolve and evaporate and clear away, that we can then put in the new energies, the new foundation that is going to really support everyone moving forwards. And then we have this one, which, as you see, is actually, it's the reverse. We've got this beautiful deep indigo blue is now on the top, and that is really having that deep understanding and that connection, and acknowledging our own intrinsic wisdom and bringing that to the surface. So that's what that is doing. So these two together, it's this process. It's going deep within, releasing that old limiting programming that has held us as individuals and society back in so many ways. Now we have the opportunity, the time when that is clearing, because what the COVID-19 and the lockdown, everything has done, it's completely shaken up that foundation. So, I've been working for decades against these energies, trying to change them. And you plug away at it, and you undo it slice by slice, but it's really hard work because it was so entrenched. Now it's ready for change. So I hope you're on board with me. And I also hope that our time together has given you some idea of the fact that you can really change these energies, change the patterns in your life, in your mind, and therefore in the world around you. Don't need any special powers for this, just that understanding of what your mind and your energy as a human being can do. Okay, so I think that's probably everything I'm going to say. I've got a beautiful essence for you today as well. Again, this is one I haven't got out before. I've never got this one out in a group before, ever. And this is actually, it's the Royal Blue Dragon. I'm not sure if you can see. It's actually got blue glitter in here. It's lovely. So I'm going to give you a spray of that to cover my computer in glitter. And why not, hey? Okay. So again, this is an essence that goes beautifully with these. It's this really deep, profound wisdom that we are not only connecting to, but are bringing out, and hopefully moving forward with that focus in our lives. Okay, so are you ready? So I want you to relax, close your eyes. Let's take a few gentle breaths. You see, by now this process is going to be so familiar to your subconscious and to your body that now already, I haven't done it, I haven't said anything, but already the group has formed and the connection, the heart connection, is just happening by itself, which is fantastic. So, right. So just bring your focus into your heart and just feel yourself breathing in the life force from the universe. Feel that going into your heart. That energy beginning to grow and magnify. And feel that expansion. Feel it expanding outside of your physical body. And then making that conscious connection with everyone here on the call and with everyone who's going to listen to the recording. Just feel that network of positive focus, positive intention. So now imagine that you're breathing in that deep, sparkly indigo blue. That and the beautiful silver energy. Because this really is taking things to the next level. In these sessions, we've really been creating a foundation. I talk about foundations a lot, with power foundations. But we've also been creating a foundation of understanding, and you've been awakening parts of your mind that maybe you haven't used in this way before. So as you feel that colour flowing through your system, you can hold that awareness of your personal power. So let's hold that awareness of everything being patterns, patterns of energy, patterns within the quantum field, whether it's thoughts, feelings, whether it's something in physical reality, whether it's actually within you or whether you see it as external to you. These are all patterns in the energy. So allow this beautiful deep blue to really anchor that understanding of your power in this process. We're mostly brought up to believe that we can only react to what happens, that we are victims of what's going on in the world, that we can't change things unless we are, pushing things around on the surface. And of course, there's loads of resistance because the energy underneath isn't right. If the underlying vibration is wrong, you are going to find it very, very difficult to change anything. So our new understanding is that we change the pattern, change that energetic pattern to what we want it to be. When we do that, things can begin to change without us needing to push anything. So let's bring in this, the awareness, the understanding that when we are dealing with something which is unpleasant, negative, if it's, whether it's lack or it's fear or it's resentment or it's anger or feeling out of control, whatever it might be, instead of that triggering the old stress and anxiety, we can bring in a new awareness instead. So when that happens to us, and of course it will, because this is life, when that happens, we now have a new understanding. And that is, okay, this is happening. I don't like it. I'm going to change the pattern. And so we go within, connect to our energy, the energy of our heart, feel that flowing. Remember, we take that going up through the top of our head, around the outside of the body, up through the feet. That really magnifies our focus, our intention, and our power. And then we can ask for those patterns to change in whatever way works for you. And what I've been doing mostly is bringing in color vibrations to change that, change these things. You can do that too. These aren't the only ways, of course. It's finding one that really resonates with you. So there's something going on in your life. You connect to yourself, to your heart energy. See it as a pattern, and a pattern that can be changed, and then change it with your mind, with your energy. We're just going to anchor that understanding. Let's bring that deep into our subconscious minds so that becomes our automatic response before our mind can spiral into stress and overwhelm. Okay. So now I want us to put our focus forwards into the coming weeks and months. So there's going to be a lot of change, there's going to be a lot of uncertainty, certainly going to be challenging. We're going to have to do things in different ways. And there's going to be a lot of group consciousness negativity, which it's going to be very easy to plug into. It's going to be a lot of lack going on in the news. All of this kind of thing, everything we talked about at the beginning, it's going to be another version of it now. So we now have this new understanding. So when something comes up on the news, whether it's about the situation with the virus itself or with the economy or whatever it might be, you don't need to buy into that, don't need to plug into that. You can say, right, that is a pattern, that's a good conscious pattern that I choose to detach from. So I choose to live in a patterning of prosperity and abundance and safety. Because remember, the more positive energy you can hold, the less stress you're going to be holding in your body, the better things are going to be for you. So everything we've done, you've set up a whole load of new neural pathways, whether you realize it or not. So what I want you to do now is just take a minute or two and identify, flag up what it is that you want to be creating in your life moving forwards. Yes, we've got uncertainty, but we also have opportunity because the old patterns that have been holding us back and limiting us, that they are falling away. So we don't want to go forward as just passengers. We need to go forwards actively creating the patterns we want. So let's just ask our subconscious minds to start creating those patterns now. So think about what you want for yourself, your health, your well-being, your security, your career, your job or your business, your finances, however that is for you and your family. Just decide what it is that you want. And what I always do is say, this is what I'd like, or something even better. You don't want to limit yourself. And then just ask your subconscious mind to create the quantum patterns that can create that in reality for you. So in your mind's eye, allow those patterns to begin to form. Maybe it's an image, maybe it's in words, maybe it's just a feeling, maybe it's in energies and colors and sounds. There's no right or wrong way. But just ask for your mind to be creating those new patterns. Good. And now you can extend that. What patterns would you like to see manifested in the wider world, in society. So now, really identify what it is that you want to have created. Identify what you want. Ask your subconscious mind to make those new patterns. Okay, so now we're going to put everything we've created into our group energy and send it out to the universe. So allow yourself to become aware again of this network of energy that we've created together. And imagine not only all the things that you want to create, all the new patterns you've just made, but also all the patterns that every one of us have created. At the moment, that's all being held in our group energy. So now let's send those out. So imagine those patterns being transmitted. So they're no longer held within our energy bubble, but they're going out into the matrix of the world. Just see that happening, imagine it, intend it, whichever way works best for you. So I want you to now see those things that you want to create literally taking root in the world. We've made energy patterns. We need those to become seeds in reality. So I want you to imagine planting those seeds, wherever it is, whatever it is. I'm going to send out the silver energy. You can see those patterns magnifying, anchoring, rooting, growing, and really coming into the three-dimensional reality of your life over the coming weeks and months. And not only for you, but everyone here on the call, everyone is going to listen to it later. And let's put in our group intention that that energy that we've created continues to flow, continues to hold this positive vibration. And that you can connect with that whenever you want to. Whenever there's a pattern that you want to dissolve, anything you want to create, anything you want to clear. Let's bring in the understanding that we have given now our instructions to the universe for what we want to be created. So really hold that intention. Feel it, see it, imagine it getting stronger, more robust, more resilient, and that it's set on this path to become the physical. And that now that it has our instructions, it's going to then carry that out. So really hold on to that. Putting your mental focus, your energetic focus, your heart energy, but all of that fed from your connection with the universe. So we're not depleting ourselves doing this. We are being the conduit, if you like. Okay, so now let's finish by bringing in and consolidating our understanding that we are strong, we are powerful, we know how to deal with things. We don't need things to always stay the same for us to be okay. That we are able to adapt to whatever circumstances come up. We know how to clear things, we know how to release things, we know how to not buy into fear-based beliefs and energies that are going to be thrown at us by the world. We may have done that in the past, but we don't need to do that when we understand what's happening. So understand that you have a whole new level of empowerment that you can now use on a daily basis. Okay, that's lovely. So I want you to now imagine the beautiful copper flowing up from the center of the earth, flowing up through your legs, through your body, right down your arms to your fingertips, right through your head, right through your energy field. This really grounding, manifesting, nurturing energy from the earth. So that's going to anchor and integrate all these understandings, all the new frequencies, everything that we've done and everything that you have just created. So anchoring that in our being as being part of a safe, automatic, normal for us, our new default. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. So I think it would be really a nice idea if you were to consciously just make that connection through your heart in the days and weeks coming up, so that you can consolidate all the patterns that you've created in these sessions we've done together. The more you do it, the more you're going to have trained your subconscious to react differently to life. And that's going to serve you in whatever you want to do. It's going to serve you in keeping your stress and anxiety, all that stuff under control. But it's also going to be serving you in terms of how much empowerment you are taking out into life, how much you are actively creating rather than reacting. So you simply can't lose, you really can't. Right, so I think I just want to say thank you so much for joining me over these weeks. It's been quite a strain for me, quite exhausting. Can't keep sustaining it like this. I'm glad I managed to do 3 months for you. I really hope you benefited. I really hope that I've made a difference, because that's really what I wanted to do, to ease this process, to make things easier, not so full of stress and strain and anxiety and fear and out of control. When we get that calmed down, then everything becomes more easy to deal with. And that's when we can become the real creators in our life. And as I keep saying, this is the perfect time for us to do that. The old energies are going. Now is the time for us to really step into what our power truly is, understand how powerful we are, and actually use it to create the lives that we want. For those of you who said you wanted to continue doing other things with me, I've got some plans. I'm going to be sending out an email. I've had a slight, well, quite a big issue with some people that I know that's been quite painful this week. That's why I haven't got around to it yet, but I will as soon as I can. So yeah, thank you for your messages. That's lovely. That's great. So yeah, I'd love to know how you found it. I'd love to, hear what you felt, what you experienced, what you've maybe done with these things that I've been teaching. So if you want to email me, that would be lovely. I'd love to hear from you. So I think that's it. I'm sending you lots and lots of love, and I hope that everything works out well in the weeks to come, if I don't see you again, but I hope that I will. Okay, bye.